Here we go then. So we're on a Saturday morning. Zwift Race. Guy gone off the front. Ridiculous. You've got a disc on the wheel as well. Not sure that's a great idea looking at the Muckle Yin. Two monster climbs, just under 1,000 feet. So I'll just rein him back in, try and help the rest of the group. Right, that's my work done. Uh, so what forgot Saturday morning? Bit of practice really. Knowing stage 4 for the Zwift games is going to be over 1,000 feet. Now that's going to be 20 miles, I think, approximately 31 kilometres. So I'm getting in a 15 miler, but good feet. Bit of a difference. This herd winter racing, and interestingly enough, everybody. I think it is a ZRS. No, it's not a ZRS score actually. Everybody is in E category, and basically the watts per kilo is 1 to 6 watts a kilo. Now I deliberately didn't look at the other races because I thought, let's have a bit of fun. It's a bit of a practice. Yes, it's a race. If there's out of the 29 riders, if 20 are A riders, well, so be it. But I didn't want to preempt the psychology for coming into this race. I thought, look, I'll try and stay with this front group, see what the pace is like. I suspect there's not going to be half of the riders in an A cat, surely. But let's see. So I'm just sat in the group here. Nothing major is happening. Look, we've done half a mile. I'm averaging 240. That's absolutely nothing. Having said that, people may be preparing for the climbs. So lots of punchy climbs. It's the Scotland Buckle Yin, and I think you finish in the city on the crit course, sweeping to a flat sprint, probably 1,000 feet. Okay, so nothing really happening. I'm anticipating if there are some hay riders in here, are they going to attack on this first climb and separate everybody else, or are they going to wait for the first of the two big peaks? The finish is a bit mixed as you come and drop into the city, the crit course, but I enjoy that. I think it's Glasgow. It's replicating, and I enjoy it. So, just coming up to it's a bit of flat here. 1 mile done. Sheba socks, fantastic. Okay, I've got a power up. I've unlocked 2 types of socks. Fantastic. Right, back to the racing. Look, I've got a draft there. We'll just come round this right-hander in a minute, and then there's a powerful, punchy climb. Now, if they're A riders, they're going to be doing 700-800 pushing this, whereas I would be pushing 600. Let's see where I stay in this pack. That'll tell me everything I need to know. This is just a 1%er at the moment, leading up to that punch, I think. But nobody's doing anything spectacular here. So if these are A riders, they're absolutely cruising. Perhaps they're winding up like a coiled spring. 13.3 miles to go, 1.4 mile gone. Nothing spectacular here. Done 173 calories. I've done 100 in the warm-up. Pushing 85 RPM. I'm not even doing the power I would usually do on a Zwift race. I'd be usually doing 330 here. But 300 is keeping me at the front. It's only 29 riders, so a bit of a break from the 200 participants of the Zwift Racing Games, which is just absolute carnage and chaos. Don't know why I've ridden to the front, but yeah, everything's normal here. Alright, so that wasn't one of the punchy peaks, that was just a gentle part. Just staying in the draft here, doing nothing silly. I think the majority of the group are all together here. I didn't see if anybody had been dropped at the start because, as I said, this is a race for participants from 1 watt a kilo average to 6 watts a kilo, so anybody can join this race. And I think it's good to have a bit of variation during the week rather than just racing in your category. I think it's good to try against better riders, and yeah, that's how you improve, isn't it? I just use the drafting boost there because I can see in a couple of climbs I'm going to get another power up. Long sweeping downhill here. 12.5 miles to go, almost 6 minutes elapsed. Yeah, the Muckle, I do love racing. When any of the racers are using the Highland part of the Scotland courses, I do enjoy that. That murky, this is quite bright for the Buckle Yin actually. It's usually murky, rainy, misty, exactly like it is in reality. Beautiful part of the world, I've got to say, Scotland. So we're going to come up through this old castle here. This will be one of the first punches. So I'm expecting to put between 500 and 600 down. Will I be able to keep in this bunch? That was the big question. Look at my wattage top left. Starts with an orange, probably 6%, then goes into 8 and 9. Pushing 607 watts, 675, 684. I'm pushing as hard as I can possibly climb there. Look, I'm still, you see this group, look, I'm still standing at 500 even after, which I usually don't do because I'm trying to hold on. They've dropped me, you see, gone. I'm not going to catch that group, look at them. I'm in 13th place. What I need to do is hold on to these 4 or 5 riders, straggler riders that are trying to do what I'm doing. We've dropped a couple of riders, but I'm right at the back of the pack here. Let me try, I think I stand here to try and get back into that pack. I've got to try and chase them to get in. And now we're on a climb again. I'm doing 425. Let's have a punch and see if I can get into that. I'm not too far away, 1 second behind. But there's another climb, another orange. Are they going to produce the same power? Right, I don't know, I speeded it up there, but the bottom line is, yes, they dropped us. So we're in a group of 4 here. I just speeded up till we get to the bottom of the main climb. Here we go. Mixture of yellows and oranges. So, look on the right. You've got, all apart from P. Himes, you've got a group 27, 28 seconds ahead. That's 10, the top 10. Then you've got the American, who's minus 21 seconds, Alpha Butane team. And then you've got 4 of us. You've got the Czech, another Brit from the herd team, myself, and the German. So I'm hoping we're all B riders, which would make sense because they were unable to catch the others, just like myself. Looks like somebody's been dropped off that front group again. The Dane from Speed United definitely dropped. Yeah, he's 3-4 seconds behind, so he's going to be riding on his own. You've got Himes, the American, 15 seconds. He's been dropped off that front group, so he's going to be riding on his own. German's 3 seconds behind, 4 seconds behind this climb. So it's us 3 really. 5 seconds. I'm punching, I'm competing here. This is what I'd typically be doing, the typical rate, averaging 257, 330 calories burnt, 8.8 miles to go. That's insignificant at the moment, almost 6 miles done. I'm just keeping in touch. Look, we've reined that American. You see the rider in front, the American. That's what happens when you get dropped and you're on your own. We'll just soak that rider. It's only doing 3 watts a kilo. We're doing 5 to 5.5. So we'll soak that rider in. Probably pass them if they're still only doing that. The German is 11 seconds behind on this climb. I need to keep in touch here because it looks like the Czech and the Brit have got a second on me. So I come right back in. Yeah, I think these are B riders. 13 seconds ahead of the German. Put a good shift in up this climb, I've got to say. 262, 263 average. The American is from ATP team. He's coming with us, not getting dropped. Yeah, it's 4 of us. Well done. Would have been easy just to drop back then, but fair play. The German's 15 seconds behind. I think one more push over this orange and then we'll start the descent. Then you've got a punchy middle section with 3 little tiny little bumps, let's say, and then we've got the second of the big climbs. And then we're going to the last 2 or 3 miles. I suspect there's 3 miles there. Through the barrier. Well done to the American for staying back, staying with us. I suspect they were thinking of dropping back, to be fair. Once you drop from that fast group, look at that. I'll tell you why they're A riders. Look, 1 minute and 2 seconds ahead. Fair play to the Dane there, 38 seconds ahead. 39, doing 12 watts a kilo. Blimey. On their own. Very, very strong, that. 14.2 watts a kilo. You see the Dane there? For Speed United. And that's now put him 44 seconds ahead of us. 45 seconds. I mean, if they're doing that on their own, fair play. Fair play. Right, okay, so there's us 4. You got the German 29 seconds behind. I suspect we've made too much of an impact there and we can ride together. I had this situation the other day in a race where we're right in between. We're not going to catch that front group. What's that in the middle of the sky? Zwift comedy. But yeah, I suspect they look at the some of the rides 1, 2, 3 minutes behind. Fair play if they're C, D, and E riders having a go. Absolutely fair play. Those A riders have just blasted off, minute and 2 seconds ahead, taking up the first 9 spots. You got the Dane who's 45 seconds ahead. Right. I'm not just on my mobile there. I'm putting a message to the group, by the way. You'll see it on the right. Because during the week, I had a fantastic chase down. So I'm asking the group, if I put a little shift in for a mile and a half, can we catch the rider? It's 48 seconds, and I'll pull at the front. So I start doing some work here. 280, 300. I'm in the wind. Yes, the check says. I'm doing 300, 320 watts. No, Brett is a minute behind. Laughing, sarcastic, fair play. Right, get on my wheel and I'll try my best. That's exactly what I tried to do. 374 watts. I know we're going downhill, but let's pull it downhill. I reckon I can pull us all over the next climb. It's probably 30 seconds to a minute. Get us through 20 minutes with less than 7 miles to go. You see them catching up there, but everybody's pulling now. You see the Germans now 34 seconds behind. 35 seconds. We've just pulled away. We're still 45 seconds behind that Dane rider, though. Fair play, they're absolutely blasting it on their own. Doing 4.3 watts a kilo. I'm surprised they've been dropped from that. Yeah, I'm surprised they were dropped from that. Put the feather on. 500 watts there or thereabouts. I've pulled right through 530. Done a really good stint there. Keep up on the yellow. Now we're not going to catch the front group that's a minute ahead, obviously, but the aim's to try and catch that Danish rider X speed. Still 45 seconds ahead. No watts a kilo, it's saying. Must be on a descent, possibly. So fair play to everybody. Somebody else is pulling now at the front, because I gave it quite a session. Doing a minute. Fair play, so I can have a little draft. 6.4 miles to go. Done 474 feet. Almost 21 minutes a lap. And we're cruising down this, on this descent here. Not really catching that Dane. 44 seconds ahead of us. Somebody else going to try and do some work here. Out of the four of us. Perhaps they don't think there's any point and they don't want to burn matches because then they can have a race at the end. No, there we go. A little climb there. No one's really put it in here though. 57 seconds ahead of that German, so that, yeah, there'll be no one catching us. Worst position I could be is 15th, I suspect. 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th positions I see here. 41 seconds to that Dane. 40 seconds. Having said that, I think that's because they've just done the climb. We're on the climb, so I think that'll change. We're 57 seconds behind that front group, so we have. But yeah, that's because they're on the big climb, I bet. Yeah, it's hard to judge that. You'll see. It's hard to judge because of the obviously the ascents and descents. So again, just a little push up here. I'm averaging 256, which is typical for me. And that says we've not been sat on our hands. 35 seconds to the Dane. Just pull through there. 450 watts, 257 average, 15th gear. The other riders are pulling. That's good. So we really worked as a bit of a team there. Let's fast forward it. Punch up there. Taking our turns, as you can see. Right, we start this second big climb. Jay Stagg of Herd Racing Team has put his foot down. There we go. So I've got a feather, but I don't want to be using that until the final climb. Still four of us. Yeah, nobody's going to catch us. Looks a bit of a mess, the leaderboard on the right, because I think we've just circled and gone back on ourselves, and therefore it mixes up everybody. It's not good. Right. $355. No one's really pulling on here. $254 average. Had a bit of a break on there actually. 200 watts. Would be usually doing more than that. Guess we all need a break. Almost 4 miles to the finish, and we're about to have completed the first part of the climb, which was very shallow ascent, and nobody's really pushing it, so I'll just conserve some energy. The leaderboard on the right is all over the place, which is a bit annoying. How that can't be. That doesn't work any better than that. Mixing everybody up who's 7-8 minutes behind. Above riders, it's just misplaced everything. That what you can see on the top right now, yeah, the Dane, blimey, 1 minute 10 seconds is catching up to that group. They're 1 minute 20. He's 10 seconds, that's all behind the front group. How has that happened? Either he was asleep on the wheel and they left him, because he looks like he's consistently doing 4.2, 4.3 watts a kilo. I mean, that's top end of the B class. Definitely right at the top end of the B class. Surely an A racer. A cat. So still got the feather, 3.5 miles to go. 4 of us are together. Let's see if one of these tries to attack. It's just us 4 then, competing for 11th really. Top 10 are decided. So I was conscious that I didn't want to get attacked on this hill. We did work as a team, but it is every man for themselves now. Stood up on the orange there. Feeling strong today. Really good practice for this Zwift Games. This is exactly what you need. These long ascents and climbs, orange, yellow, tiny bit of blue, bit of respite, and then back to the orange, yellow. Good Saturday practice. I'm hoping to do, probably not Monday night, but certainly Tuesday night, I'll have a look at stage 4. Back to 250 riders in the pack. All the best of the best in the category. Yeah. Let's see what happens. I'll be in the 450 to 570 category because my ZRS is 521 after a race midweek, using the feather there. Yeah, nobody's attacking. We're all very, very similar in this group. Hence we were all dropped at the start from the A riders. Cruised over the peak there. This is usually one of the finishers. It has been around this twister. Finished there, I think, in Tour de Zwift. Stag's gone off there. Bit of intention on that descent. Not a problem for me. Let's fast forward that. I've got the draft van. 4 of us still together. 1.5 miles to go. Right, okay. So we're within the crit course, the city limits here. I love this course here. See if one of these riders does a cheeky pull on me. It's 4 of us. It's a great crit course, this. 834 feet. So I reckon we've perhaps 100 feet to do 30 metres. This is a classic here. Over this, down the dip. Oh, okay. Stag's put the intention in. Let's look at the pace. I need to be doing 600 up here if I'm staying in. They've got the feather and I'm just about to finish the draft boost, so I need to go over here with nothing. 607 watts, that's pretty powerful, but looks like Stag's gone. Blimey. 1 mile to go left us. I'm not going to be able to catch. Need to get on the wheel because it looks like check rider, fair play's gone after the front rider. I've got the aero, but I do not want to be using that until the sprint. Otherwise, I'm just going to waste it. So I'll sit on this rider. I'll catch it up. Here we go. Right. And it looks like the American's 7 seconds behind. So Stag's 2 seconds ahead. 3 seconds. We're unable to get him in. Check riders use the aero. That's good, because if I can stay on the wheel now, I'm going to have an advantage on the sprint. Depends how strong they are on the sprint. 9 seconds, so it's just us two here, vying for 12th and 13th. We've pulled away from the American. 10 seconds, not going to catch us now. 0.6 of a mile to go. I've got the aero. Remember, I'll be doing 550 on the sprint after a race like this typically. I need to get on his wheel. Pushing 300 watts here, I'm back on. Stag is 5 seconds ahead. We haven't got the energy to be chasing that down, no chance. Just wondering what's left. Here we go, need to punch up here again. No rest on this crit course, I tell you. I'm punching pretty quick here. 5:37, that's strong. I need to sit on the wheel, 4 seconds behind Stag. He's come through again. Oh, the American 5 seconds behind. Has he made 5 seconds up there? Anyway, 0.2 of a mile, not going to do anything. We definitely got this. Right, I'm ahead. What happens here? Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Come on, activate. Aero boost, stand. Right, what forgot? 600 watts. 602. 590. You see, I couldn't have done any more. Fair play to the Czech rider. Had probably 650, 700 watts pushing there. Average 250. I'm happy with that. Remember, that's just a midweek. That's just a practice race to keep me in the game. Very happy with that. Not a ZRS score, but kept up the fitness. I can have a break for a couple of days, and I will see you stage 4 Zwift Racing games. Like and subscribe. Thank you.